Hi guys, welcome back. My name is LaShawn J, and welcome back to my channel. So today, I just wanted to touch on a couple topics. Let me just make sure you can hear me. Okay. I just wanted to touch on a couple topics that's going on in the news. I got a few screenshots from the neighborhood talk, and it's on site. It's just a couple things that's been happening. So this is from South Baltimore. 30 people was shot in a mass shooting at a block party. 30 people. Last video, people was getting shot left and right. Everybody got a gun for whatever reason. And I don't think they've found the shooter yet. They're still looking for the shooter. So 30 people was shot. 2 was killed or unalived. And we have 28 injured. So let me read a little bit about it. 2 people have been killed and 28 injured in a mass shooting in Baltimore. 9 people have been taken to a local hospital and 3 are in critical condition. According to CNN, the shooting happened a little after 12:30 a.m. at a block party in Brooklyn Homes area of South Baltimore in the 800 block of Grenada Avenue. All of the victims were adults. 9 victims were taken by ambulance and 20 victims walked into local hospitals with injuries from the shooting. Baltimore Police Department acting Commissioner Richard Worley said, "I want those who are responsible to hear me, and hear me very clearly." Baltimore Mayor Brandon Scott said, "We will not stop until we find you, and you will be found. Until then, I hope that every single breath you take, that you think about the lives that you took. Think about the lives that you impacted here tonight. No arrests have been made yet. The mayor is asking anyone with information to come forward. Treat this as if it were your family," Scott said. "How would you want people to treat it if you were mourning? If this was your neighborhood, if this was an event in your community that this happened at, we want you to treat it that way because that's how we have to treat each other as Baltimoreans." So yes, they're actively looking for the culprit. And this is sad. People can't even have like a little party. I know this is like the first real year from actually no restrictions. COVID is finally gone. Everybody's happy. Everything is open back up. All events, all areas. You don't have to wear a mask. You don't have to have a COVID stamp if you got the vaccine. You don't have to have gotten the scene. All these restrictions are finally gone, and everybody just wants to have a good time, enjoy the summer, and enjoy themselves. And people gotta just learn how to just stop bringing these weapons to these gatherings. It's a block party. A lot of kids probably was there, but I'm seeing it was at 12 a.m., 12:30 a.m. So I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be that many kids, but still, it's people's lives that was taken. People were injured just to other people's ignorance and wanting to bring a gun, having problems with other people, bringing it to a party. It's ridiculous. That's not the place. I don't think nowhere is the place for that, but we got to be more conscious. It's ridiculous. That's all I could say. Because the shootings constantly is getting worse. Every day is a shooting. Every day is a shooting. So this is another shooting. Um, Atlanta mother arrested after shooting her 17-year-old son over a video game. She had a dispute with her 17-year-old son over a video game, and she decided to shoot him. Again, the crimes with guns are getting so out of control. Like, it's ridiculous. It's like you don't like somebody, you want to shoot them. You have an argument with somebody, you want to shoot them. Even your own kids. At this point, you want to. It's ridiculous. In a shocking turn of events that unfolded in Atlanta, on Thursday, a mother allegedly shot her 17-year-old son multiple times during an argument over a video game. The heated dispute took a devastating turn when Jaquana Butler reportedly pulled out a gun and fired at her teenage son. The incident occurred at their home on Spark Street, Southwest, and the victim was rushed to the hospital for medical treatment. Butler was subsequently arrested and charged with aggravated assault, reckless conduct, and cruelty to children. The investigation is still ongoing as authorities piece together the details surrounding the tragic event. According to reports, the argument between Jaquana Butler and her son escalated into violence when they couldn't resolve their disagreement over the video game. It is a chilling reminder of how seemingly trivial disputes can quickly spiral out of control. Being shot by his own mother during an argument is traumatizing experience that will likely have long-lasting effects on his physical and emotional well-being. The immediate medical attention he received may have saved his life, but his journey towards healing and recovery is only just the beginning. The incident not only sheds light on the immediate consequences of this violent act, but it also raises questions about the underlying issues within this family dynamic. Again, it's a gun and a gun and a gun, and the violence and the guns on the streets is so accessible to everybody. They're just pulling out a gun for everything. Like, nobody thought to walk away in the situation, especially the mother, because she's the mother. She didn't think to walk away in the situation or just say, okay, you know what? I'm not about to argue with you. You can leave. Kick him out if you have to. You can kick him out or you can leave. You don't have to pull a gun out on your own child over a video game. An argument over a video game escalated so quickly and so violently. So it seems like they were arguing. It got into a physical altercation, probably. And then he probably overpowered her and she pulled out a gun on him. Allegedly. I don't know for sure. They're still getting details about the story, but it's ridiculous. People are getting shot left and right. This is people's lives, like, and then you ruin your life. Gun violence always ruins two lives. It ruins that person's life and your life because now you're in prison. People got to think. I have another story, more gun violence. This is a woman, a mother, who was fatally shot by her children's father. Even though she took the necessary steps, she went ahead, got a protective order against him so he would not be around her. And he still found a way to get to her and unfortunately take her life. It's just so much gun violence. Everywhere you turn, is so many lives being taken. It's just like nobody have just the sense of life is precious. Life is something worth living. Okay, I'm sorry. She was stabbed. Yeah, she was unfortunately stabbed. It's the other one. So 32-year-old Rodrigo Bravo turned himself in. This is the father, her kid's father, who took her life. Turned himself in after stabbing his children's mother to death in front of their children, despite her having a restraining order against him. According to People, Bravo has been charged with felony child endangerment, violation of probation, and violation of domestic violence restraining order. So it seems like she was having a lot of domestic disputes in the home. She decides to leave. She gets a protective order against him, and he still did not respect the protective order and fatally stabbed her in front of her children. He was also charged with murder for the death of 30-year-old Eleni Tavu. Close to 3 p.m. on June 25th, officials went to a California home after receiving reports of a stabbing. They discovered the mother unresponsive, with several stab wounds, according to a release. Her two toddler-aged children were present when officials arrived. Although the mother was treated at the scene and taken to the hospital, reports say she later died. Officials learned that she had a restraining order against her child's father. Bravo was taken into custody the same day, and he admitted to stabbing the woman. The investigation is ongoing, and Bravo, the father of Tavani's children, is being held on $1 million bond. Again, people are out here just taking other people's lives. And it seems like they don't value their own life if they're easily taking somebody else's life because they're going to end up in jail. It's ridiculous. I'm hoping they throw the book at him, especially for doing something like that in front of her children, in front of y'all children. He didn't even think about his own kids, himself, nothing. And it's a lot of domestic violence are ending up very fatal. This is why I do not I put up a video of Krishan Rock and Blueface. They're not together no more. Goodness, because they're toxic and they're promoting the toxicity constantly online. So these teens is thinking it's cute. Yeah, why not? Let's be toxic. Just like JT throwing the phone at Lil Uzi Vert. Toxic. That's domestic violence. She could end up taking his life. You don't know. Women are abusive. Also, men are abusive. It's not just mainly men, but women are too. So this next story I want to talk about. This is let me get the article because I can't see that far sometimes. This is a 16-year-old Colorado girl. She was, let's make sure. Yep, she was shot by her boyfriend. 16. So a 16-year-old Colorado boy is facing murder charges after shooting and killing his 15-year-old girlfriend because she wanted to break up with him. He forced her younger brother to help him move the body into another room. Another shooting, another life taken. He's 16, she's 15. And that's another domestic abuse was going on there. It's crazy. Okay. According to Fox 31, Giovanni is being charged as an adult for killing his ex-girlfriend, Lily. On June 16th, around 3:45 p.m., Giovanni reportedly broke into Lily's home by climbing through her bedroom window. Once inside, he shot her several times. What makes it even more sick is that he went and made her younger brother, 13, move her body into another room and took his phone so he couldn't call for help. Police said Giovanni has also been hit with another charge from burglary, aggravated robbery, and possession of a handgun by a juvenile. The woman was shot in a hallway and then dragged back into her room, according to records. The victim's brother pled with Giovanni to not shoot him. He ended up leaving her brother and taking off. The boy, whose parents were not home during the shooting, ran into a neighbor's house after the horrific incident. When police officers showed up to Giovanni's home, his grandmother asked why they were there. He then responded, he did what he did to do. He did what he had to do and shot someone. He has a $2 million bond. He did what he had to do and shot someone. So the girlfriend decided, okay, I don't want to be in this relationship no more. It's time. I want to break up. He felt like it was no breaking up with him, I guess. He snuck into a house knowing that her parents wasn't home, shot her, held her little brother at gunpoint, made him help drag the body into another room, and then took the little brother's phone and went home like nothing never happened. What? It's ridiculous. It really is. It's sad. A 15-year-old just lost her life. The brother is fully traumatized because not only was he witnessed his sister being murdered by somebody he knew, also he had to help drag her body, her lifeless body, by gunpoint. And he's probably going to have to relive this event over and over, questioning and everything. So I'm pretty sure he's shook. And when the cops came to his house, because he knew the kid probably called the cops. He knew what the cops was there for. As soon as they showed up, he knew what they were there for. He says, I did what I had to do and shot someone. What do you mean you did what you had to do? So if she can't be with you, she can't be with nobody else on earth. So this is probably why he knew this was so premeditated. He plotted this out and planned this out from the beginning to the end. It was not in the heat of anything. He knew her parents wasn't going to be home. And he knew how to get into her house without nobody knowing, because clearly he was her boyfriend. He'd been there before. He probably was snuck into that same window he snuck into to take her life. Probably she snuck them back and forth in there before without the parents knowing. And he definitely planned this all the way out. So he definitely, I'm happy he's being tried as an adult. This is ridiculous. And for him to say, I did what I had to do, this is not something you had to do. Y'all would have broke up. Maybe y'all would have got back together. You don't even know at this point because you took her life because you could not see her with anybody else. Oh my goodness. Maybe if he was able to talk to his grandmother about the breakup and about what he's feeling at the time, he wouldn't have thought that this was his only option because he's saying he did what he had to do. This wasn't his only option. There are plenty of the fish in the sea. And you're only 16. You're just starting to live your life. You're just starting to really date. There's so many more other people to date. She was not the only one. And that still don't give you the right to take her life because she does not want to be with you anymore. It's ridiculous. It's just constant shootings and murders everywhere you look. And I'm hoping that with the mass shooter in Baltimore, that they find this person who shot up these people. That's ridiculous. People can't even enjoy the summer. If it keeps on going on like this, who knows, the government might find another outbreak because the crime rate was at its lowest during the pandemic. So, yeah, that's all the news I have for today. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my videos and would like to be notified every time I upload a new video. Please, guys, subscribe. Subscribe.